said... You play blitzball?
Uh-huh.
You know, you should go to Luca.
Should.
Someone might know who you are, or you might find someone you recognize.
Luca?
Ah.
Huh.
Okay, leave it to me. I'll get you to Luca. Promise. You'd rather stay here? Okay, I'll go tell the others. Wait here.
Blitzball
Oh,
is definitely one of the
and one thing. Don't tell
best
anyone
mini
you
games
from
I've ever
Xanarkand,
seen in
okay?
a video game.
Yevon says it's a holy place. You might
I
upset
really
some
think they
people.
could have made that into its own standalone,
Oh, uh-huh.
like, I don't know, some $20 game or something. They focused a lot more on it.
My Xanarkand?
But it's still worth playing.
Some kind of holy place? Yeah, right, I thought. Since when? Yevon? Sin? Luca? I thought Sin just took me to a faraway place that I could go back in a day or two. But 1,000 years into the future? No way!
So the timeline makes a lot more sense, like towards the end of the game, not the end of the game, but a lot further down the line. But I will not spoil it. I guess he's not getting fast enough. I guess he's not getting where he needs to go fast enough, so Sin's got to come give him a ride, you know? It's personal taxi. And these characters can't drown either, I guess. Drown proof.
Blitzball!
Hey, you okay?
Hey!
So there's some items you can get over here before you go anywhere. This one's one of the more important ones. So I think with the remastered version, I don't remember exactly where you fight Dark, the first Dark Aeon, but it's important to get the stuff that you need. I don't think there's anything. Yeah, there's nothing over there. It's important to get the stuff that you need in every single area that you go to before you move on to the next part of the game, especially in the remastered version. If for some reason you're not playing the remastered version, it doesn't matter, unless you have the Japanese version. Because if it's something important and you absolutely need it, you have to be able to fight the Dark Aeons before you can go back to a lot of the areas that you need to go to, including Besaid, which is where we're at now.
Try that move one more time.
Finally. Things were starting to look up.
You know amateur. Who you play for?
The Xanarkanabes.
The who? You mean the team that doesn't exist?
Team you say again?
I meant, forget that. I got too, close to Sin, and my head's all foggy like. So, I don't know where this place is, or even where I came from.
Sin's toxin got to ya, but you're still alive.
What an excuse.
Praise be to Yevon.
How long are they gonna ride that? This game is definitely one of the best games I think that has ever been made, and it's mainly because of the story-driven
Coach and captain
character
of the
development,
Seahawks, brother.
that type of thing. They really just don't make games like this anymore.
Okay, back to the village. I'll get you something.
It's all about how addictive can we get this game so that people keep playing it, or you get items from these people. I don't remember who gives you what. I think they might all give you something. But they really just don't make games like this, unfortunately. You not give me anything? Oh, he does. You just gotta talk to him 87 times. Okay, Letty's the only one that doesn't give you anything. Okay.
I felt like I could trust this Waka, so I just had to ask. It's true Xanarkan was destroyed, right? 1,000 years ago? So it's just a big pile of rubble now, isn't it?
Long time ago, there were a whole lot of cities in Spira. Big cities with machina, machines to run them. People played all day and let the machina do the work. And then, well, take a look. Sin came and destroyed the machina cities. And Xanarkan along with him. Yeah, that was about 1,000 years ago. Just like you said. If you ask me, Sin's our punishment for letting things get out of hand. What gets me though, is we gotta suffer because of what some goofballs did way back when. Of course, we must always repent for our sins. That's important. It's just that it's hard to keep at it sometimes, you know?
It was just as Riku said. Waka and Riku couldn't both be lying. Why would they?
But you from the Xanarkan Daves, that was a good one, huh? Hey, I'm not saying the team never existed, yeah? But you gotta figure, a team living in luxury like that be pretty soft, eh?
I appreciated the fact that Waka was trying to cheer me up. But at that time, all I could think about was everything that happened to me. All this started with Sin. Maybe if I could find Sin one more time, I could go home. For now, I just live life until that time came. No more worrying about where or when I was. Sure, it was hard not to think of home, but I started to feel better already. A little better, maybe.
You don't really have to save as often as I do, because this game's not that hard.
Hey, it's this way.
I think there's... Yeah, you can't go that way yet. I want to say there's items that way. But it's important to get in the habit of touching save spheres so you can replenish your health points and your mana. Now there's items here. Underwater. It's really hard to see under here though, where the chests are. But the items that are here are missable, but they're not like critical items. They're just potions or whatever. So it's not that important to get them, unless you're like OCD about that type of stuff, like I am. Just so you know that you got them, I guess. Even though you can never go back. Here's one of them. Phoenix down, those are kind of important. There's another one over here. There's 2 or 3 in this area. Or like underwater. It's just kind of hard to see. I guess in theory you could grind here too for experience, but it's pretty pointless to grind through most of the game. There are some areas where it becomes kind of relevant to grind, but it's not for a while. You can really just enjoy the game in the beginning and not really have to worry about grinding unless you just want to be absolutely sure that you're not going to lose a fight or have to reload from a save sphere or something. I just gotta... Didn't I just run into another treasure chest? Is there one? There is one right there. Increase Titus' strength. And I think this is the last one. It's not too hard to see most of them. Especially the ones where you can actually get underwater to look. So that very first item we got here, we got when we landed, or whatever you want to call it. The Moon Crest, that item is pretty important later on in the game, like way later on in the game. The Crest and Sigils upgrade your ultimate weapons later on. And I think Yuna's is one of the ones that you absolutely need to get. Some of them are useless, and you can get better abilities just from like a blank, a 4-blanked weapon, a 4-slotted weapon that's blank. It just depends on the character. But the Crest and Sigils help upgrade the weapon.
Let me go. Got a favor to ask you.
You want me on your team, right?
Hmm?
Well, they need the help. Besaid Aurochs are garbage.
A major blitz tournament's coming up. All the teams in Spira will be there. It's so huge, I'm sure someone there will recognize you. Then You can go back to your old team, right? It'll be fun. What do you say, huh? Come on, come on.
Sure thing.
Dude, our team is gonna rock, eh?
Why? Titus is the only good player on it.
I thought then that Blitzball and Sin were the only two things that Spira and Xanarkin had in common. I wasn't too far off either.
See, that's one of the things that
I started Blitz when I was 5.
I'll wait,
I
Walker.
joined the
I'll
All-Arcs
wait.
at 13, 10 years ago. 10 years. And we never won a game. Well, after last year's tournament, I quit. Time seemed right.
So as I was saying,
So,
oh, never mind.
I got this new job, yeah?
I'll wait again, Walker.
But every time my mind wandered, I thought about the game.
10 years without a single win will do that.
My first match last year was my big chance. But something else was on my mind. I couldn't focus.
Nice excuse.
Hey, hey!
So, you want to win the next tournament? Go out with a bang. So, what's our goal?
I don't care how we do. Long as we play our best. If we give it our all, I can walk away happy.
No. If I say, what's our goal? You say, victory! When you play in a blitzball tournament, you play to win.
Victory?
I know it's
Serious?
a foreign concept for Walker, but victory is the goal here. So as I was saying, like the one thing I don't understand about the timeline, I mean it makes sense later on, like I said, I'm not gonna spoil it or anything, but like when Titus is talking about the difference between Spirit and Xanarkin, it's almost like they're talking about two different places. But Xanarkin exists in Spira, which is where we're in now, which is where we're at. But the way he talks about it like Xanarkin is a standalone thing. Like it only exists. Like Xanarkin only exists where he's at. Like he doesn't know anything else other than Xanarkin. That's the one thing I don't get about the timeline thing, because they just make it sound like it's two separate places when it's really not. It's just two separate time zones, two separate timelines.
There are fiends on the road today.
After surviving your run-in with Sin, it would be a shame if something happened now.
Who are they?
Luzu and Gata, Crusaders.
Huh? Crews of what?
What, you forgot that too? Hey, sorry. Don't worry about it. I'll help you out.
Cool. In return, come tournament time, I'll make sure we take the cup.
Cool. About the Crusaders, you can ask them yourself. They got a lodge in a village. Besaid village.
They got any food there?
We'll get you something over there.
Titus is
later.
always hungry.
Take a look around first.
It's not like he didn't just eat like 10 minutes
Let's
ago.
see. The Crusaders' lodge is over yonder. Luzu and Kata are usually there. All right. Over here.
Huh? What's up?
You do remember the prayer, right?
I didn't know it in the first place.
The options don't matter at all. I don't even know why I
That's
bothered
like the
trying to pick
basics of
one.
the basics. All right, I'll show you.
I even think the dialogue is the same regardless of what you pick.
Go ahead, you try. Hey, not bad. Okay, now go present yourself to the temple summoner.
Any blitzball player would know that prayer. It was the blitzball sign for victory.
Not in this timeline, but alright. A very obvious treasure chest right here. And I believe there's some down this little mini path over here. Yeah. And then there's another save sphere, and I think this one. Nope, wrong one. This one, the end. You can talk to these guys about the Crusaders if you want to, and learn more. They're just kind of like an army that fights sin with normal weapons, not machines. And then there's supposed to be an Bhed Primer, I think, right here where I'm standing. It's on the floor right here, so don't miss it. I'm gonna save again just cause I feel like it. So they can tell you more about.
Hey, you! You were attacked by Sin, right? Recently, was it?
I think so.
So, Sin can't be far, right? You're not hiding anything, are you?
Why would I?
If Sin's nearby, it'll attack the island for sure. But it hasn't. I wonder why.
I'm sorry. I really don't know anything. To tell the truth, I don't even know what the Crusaders are.
You're kidding, right?
Sin, the toxin. Gotta tell him who we are.
Yes, sir! The Crusaders are sworn to battle Sin. We have chapters throughout Spira, accepting all who wish to join our struggle. The hero Mihen formed the Crusaders 800 years ago as the Crimson Blades. Later,
He sounds like he's reading
our
off the
ranks
damn
grew and
script
we
or
called
something.
ourselves the Crusaders. We've been fighting Sin ever since.
What? You've been fighting 800 years and you still haven't beat it?
Oh, shots fired.
Well,
Shots
we've steered Sin
fired.
many times, and that's all we can do. Nobody's ever been able to defeat it. Our mission as Crusaders is
Not
to protect
permanently,
the
anyway.
temples, towns, villages, and people of Spira.
So, then whose job is it to defeat Sin?
Is Sin's toxin really this bad, sir?
It does seem rather bad. We could just tell you, but I think it better for you to try and remember. Go pray at the temple. Perhaps Yevon will help you regain your memory.
Yeah, we could just tell you important details of the story, but let's hope your memory comes back. Memory that isn't really lost. So, we're gonna go to the temple, but we don't really... Can't really do anything in here yet.
It was then, standing in that place. I began to realize how different this world was from my own.
And then you're gonna go find Waka and talk to him after that scene. I think he's over here in one of these huts on the right. Not that one. It's this one. Yeah, you just talk to
Go
Waka.
present yourself to the temple summoner.
Already did that.
A little praying might do you.
Oh, maybe I didn't do everything I was supposed to do in there. I guess I forgot to talk to somebody at the temple. I thought you just had to watch the cutscene. But I guess not. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Years have passed since Lord Braska became High Summoner. And finally, we receive a statue for our temple.
Well, what's a high summoner? I got too close to Sin's toxin. It was funny hearing myself make the same excuse over and over. Funny, and a little sad.
He nailed it.
Summoners are practitioners of a sacred art, sworn to protect the people of Yevon. Only a chosen few become summoners, who call forth entities of great power, the Aeons. The Aeons hear our prayers and come down to us. They are the blessing of Yevon.
So what he meant was that we should respect some kind of great men or something like that, I figured.
Yeah, great takeaway, bud. I think you need to try to walk up here too. Maybe not. Now you talk to Walker. Can't remember everything from this game, even though I beat it a good number of times.
Sorry, man. No time for lunch. Take a nap.
You could at least go see how they are doing.
You can't interfere. It's a rule.
But it's been nearly. But it's been nearly.
It's been nearly a day already.
Perhaps you could go look for us.
People are searching for him now.
Thank you.
Who cares whether he comes back or not?
But he might die.
Fine, let him.
Do you?
Brutal.
Do you hate him so? But if he dies, you'll never be able to tell him how much you hate him.
It's an odd reason to want your father to be alive, so you can tell him how much you hate him.
Waka?
Alright, now we go back to the temple.
Is something wrong?
The summoner hasn't returned from the trial.
Eh?
Well, apprentice summoner, really.
Huh?
There's a room in there called the Cloister of Trials. Beyond is where the apprentice summoner prays. If the prayer is heard, the apprentice becomes a fully fledged summoner. Remember?
So someone is in there somewhere, and they haven't come back out. Right, I got it.
Nice recap, Titus.
Is it particularly
Genius.
dangerous in there?
Sometimes, yes.
Why don't you go in and help?
There's already guardians in there. Besides, it's forbidden.
Hey, but what if something happens? What if the summoner dies?
The precepts must be obeyed.
Like I care.
Yeah, like he cares. Titus. What a guy.
Maybe this wasn't such a good idea after all.
Yeah, because it's a puzzle, Titus. I don't think you're equipped to deal with it. Alright, so these are called Cloister of Trials. This one's relatively easy, but they just get harder. It's like a puzzle. They just get harder throughout the game, and they're pretty important for later on because you get a there's the first like 6 or 7 aeons you get are mandatory, like you have to get them, and then there's secret aeons that you get for different things. But one of them you get from getting items from the Cloister of Trials, and if you don't get them the first run around, because it's a remastered version, you'll have to fight the Dark Aeons to get Anima, because you can't get Anima without the items from these trials, and you can't get any Aeon after Anima without getting Anima first. So it's pretty important unless you want to fight the Dark Aeons without all your Aeons. So that opens this door up. Now you go down here. That's a Besaid sphere, or no, this sphere? That was a Besaid sphere. So this opens the door. I think you take this back, because now that the door's open, it stays open. Yeah. And I think you put this here. The destruction spheres are the important ones for doors right here. For unlocking the items that you need. That was not what we needed to do. Hold up. Here we go. I thought I pressed the action button on this. Alright. Right. Oh, I gotta put that sphere and that. Okay. So don't do what I did. Leave this here. And then you go touch that symbol, open this door, you grab this one. And you put that in the pedestal. And then you put the destruction sphere where you got the Besaid sphere from. So that gives you the exit. That's where we need to go. But before we leave, we need to get the item from the trial. So we need to grab this. We need to put this here. And that'll unlock the door for the item. Now, I believe you can sell the items. You just have to get them from the trial. But I think every time I play the game, I just keep it, because if you mess it up, you pretty much can't get Anima. So, and that's pretty damn important to be able to get him or her. Excuse me, Anima's a her.
Hey, what's gotten into you? Hey, it's okay. Only summoners, apprentice summoners, and their guardians can enter here. It's a tradition, very important.
So what about you?
Me? I'm a guardian.
A guardian?
Whoa! Ah!
Summoners go on a pilgrimage to pray at every temple in Spira. Guardians protect them. The Guardian's in there now. One of them's got a sure fuse, and who knows what the other's thinking. Well, now that we come this far, might as well go all the way.
Might as well.
What are you doing here? Didn't think we'd be able to handle it.
No, it's just... See, I told you she gets mad easy.
Is the summoner all right?
Who are you?
That'll be important, that's for sure.
I've done it. I have become a summoner.
I swear these cutscenes were next level for the time that this game came out.
Man, was I surprised. And here I was thinking summoners were all old geezers.
Hey, over here!
What? Ow!
Wait till you see this.
I can't see anything.
Ready?
So that is an Aeon. Only Yuna can summon them. And they're pretty powerful and useful. Kind of makes fights boring though, to be honest. Just using Aeons. Most of the fights anyway.
I had never seen anything like it in my life. Sure, it was a little scary, but still, I could feel a strange kind of gentleness coming from it.
So you can rename your Aeons if you want to. I'm lame, so I keep my Aeons the same name. But there are rename cards that you can get later on. I think you can buy them or win them from Blitzball.
We talked for the first
So
time.
you can rename if you want and change it back
I didn't know
later.
it then, but after that night, everything changed. For everyone. For me.
Let me introduce you to the team. This guy here wants into the tournament so bad, I let him on the team. His memory's a little fuzzy, so don't mind him if he says anything odd. Come on, say hi.
Hi guys. So what's our goal?
To do our best! Nope, we got a new goal now.
Dennis looks so disgusted. Ugh.
Victory! To win every match, defeat every opposing team, to bring the Crystal Cup back to our island. That's all we need to do to win. Easy, huh?
Haven't won a game in 10 years. Super easy. Alright, I think you can talk to... Maybe you go talk to Lulu? Or no, Yuna. You go talk to Yuna.
You heathen!
Stay away from the summoner! You're a bad man!
Super bad.
Lady Yuna, be careful.
But it was really my fault to begin with. I'm Yuna. Thank you so much for your help earlier.
Huh? I'm sorry about that. Wasn't I not supposed to... Guess I kind of overreacted.
Oh no, I was overconfident.
I saw that Aeon thing. That's amazing.
Really? Do you think I can become High Summoner?
Lady Yuna, come play with me some more.
So, tomorrow then.
Tomorrow?
We're going on the same boat, aren't we?
Oh, really?
We can talk more.
Huh.
You can tell me all about Xanarkand.
She's cute, yeah?
Hell yeah, she cute.
Get no ideas.
No promises there, big guy. Hey, but what if she, like, comes on to me?
That's not going to happen. If you get tired, let me know. I had a bed made for you.
So you talk to Waka again.
Where's that boat?
Everyone will find us if it doesn't come soon.
You really sure this is okay?
Would you take me to Xanarkand?
Oh yeah, girl, let's go.
Hey,
Uh-oh.
you said you'd go with me.
Oh, hey,
Uh-oh, he
I
caught.
thought Waka told you not to get any ideas.
He did?
Yeah, so you're coming with me.
I'm not sure what this dream has to do with the game at all.
You with a woman? You can't even catch a ball. Oh, what's the matter? Gonna cry again? Cry, cry. That's the only thing you're good for. Huh? What'd you say?
You have to speak loudly.
I hate you.
Huh?
That's the spirit.
You can do it.
I hate you!
He's dead, okay? Dead.
He does look a lot like Chapu. I was surprised too, the first time I saw him. But no matter what he looks like,
Spoiler, I don't really look like Chapu.
you shouldn't have brought him here in the first place.
Yeah, but he needed our help.
Excuses again?
Yeah, but
That's it. No more. Enough, Waka.
These next level cutscenes.
Scary. So, who's Chapu?
my little brother
This game was initially released in 2001,
looked like you.
and these cutscenes are like, I mean, I would consider them still decent
He
for
was with the
now.
Crusaders when they fought Sin last
The
year.
game's graphics are horrible comparatively, but cutscenes are pretty good.
I first heard on the day of the tournament.
Oh, so that's why.
I became a guardian to fight Sin, yeah?
Revenge, then?
That was the idea. I'm more worried about a stupid game now than avenging my brother. Well, after the next tournament, I'll be a guardian full-time. I know it kinda looks like I'm using you, but I'm not.
Don't worry. I mean, I owe you a lot. You really helped me out, you know? What I mean is... Thanks, Waka.
Stop. You're embarrassing me. Hey, sleepyhead. Something I want to give you.
Whoa! You're giving this to me?
Yeah, use it well.
That's the sword you gave Chapu.
Well, he never used it. Where's Yuna?
We're taking the same boat as Yuna, right? Why do we gotta wait here?
Yuna came to this village 10 years ago, when the last calm started.
The calm?
Since then, she's been like a little sister to me and Lulu. But she had the talent. She became an apprentice. Now, today, she leaves as a summoner.
This is our journey. We should leave together.
She thinks she's going on vacation.
You really don't need all that luggage.
They're not really my things. They're gifts for the temples we're to visit.
This isn't a vacation, you know.
I guess you're right.
Okay, off we go.
Now, you need to go back into the village because there's Valefor is the only Aeon. The first Aeon she got is the only Aeon that can get 2 overdrives. But in order to get the secondary overdrive, you have to go back here. I think it's this hut. And you have to talk to this person. See, when she says my dog dug something up, that was the, that's what you need. You need that dialogue. So you go in there, you talk to her, she's a shopkeeper. Don't buy anything, leave, and then I think it's this one. And then when she says my dog dug something up, should happen the very first dialogue you have with her. You talk to this dog, and then it'll give you Valefor's secondary overdrive. It's not that important, but if you want the secondary overdrive before you have to fight Dark Valefor, then it's kind of important to get. And this is the only Aeon that has 2 overdrives, so it's kind of important to get if you want it. As soon as you can get it. But as far as I know, it doesn't do any more damage than the other overdrive. It's just a different visual. We'll do short. Because it takes forever to summon Aeons if you don't do that.
Here comes one now.
Now this just teaches you that Titus is better at hitting more agile ground enemies and Waka is better at hitting flyers.
No problem. Not too shabby. You kept up with him pretty well. Might make a good guardian someday. A flyer. My kind of customer.
And now this teaches that Lulu is better at hitting elemental enemies.
Told ya. If you can't beat them down, you gotta use magic of an element they don't like.
Magic? Element?
Let's have
What?
our mage. Luke, you're up.
So this is the water enemy, so they're weak to lightning.
Spells of ice work well against, and ice fiends are weak against fire magic. You follow?
I get fire and ice, but what about lightning and water?
Lightning and water are opposed, just like fire and ice. This one here is a water fiend, which means...
I like how it doesn't outright tell you, like, hey, use electric, use thunder. But it makes it pretty obvious too, I guess, of which one you're supposed to be using. But it's still...
Take your time.
Let's get going, man.
We're gonna wait.
Huh?
Are you ready?
What's
That was a whole lot of waiting. I'll tell you what.
It's an ancient custom. People leaving the island pray here for a safe trip. Chapu didn't pray that day. Said he'd miss his boat. That should do it.
Yeah, because there's a set amount of praying you need to do.